So actually Designsmith is a part of a larger group of companies. We were first established in 1988, so that's about 35 years now. Designsmith as a name has come up in the last 7.5 years. This is the design arm to the entire project side of things that we do. And as Designsmith, we're probably amongst the few design and build studios in the region. So that's pretty much our specialty. So I'm an architect by profession. Dhaval's a civil engineer. My dad's an architect by profession, and my granddad's a civil engineer. So the way we work is basically when a client walks in, it starts from the design. So the whole conceptualization bit comes to this place where we are seated right now. And the entire execution, once the design stage is completed, is then his lookout, which he then delivers to make sure that that vision from the design studio, along with the client's vision, comes to life as a whole, because that's the actual built project versus us imagining it or dreaming it.
Yes, pretty much what he said. So it's like this whole industry or the work that we do, it practically runs in our blood. So we've been doing it for forever now, and the division of scope is such that Mihir and his team, they design the jobs, and me and my team, we actually deliver. So it's design and build through and through. Mihir designs, I build, and we find our way and our synergies through the process, and ultimately it's all about the client, you know. So I think from the operations perspective, it all boils down to having the right systems and processes in place, correct? Like the two key challenges in our industry are delivering on quality and in time. So it's utilizing every possible resource that's available to make sure that these two things happen. So when you try and bring a design to life, these are the two main things in mind. And in terms of new trends, when it comes to this, so I would say so apart from investing heavily into the machinery, like for example for our joinery factory, from using some of the most cutting edge equipment, I think it starts a little earlier than that, I would say. So say for example, we've invested in this modeling software, which helps us create extremely detailed production drawings for our items, which are, so you can basically, a draftsman who's sitting on his PC can actually build that piece of furniture, whether it's a TV cabinet or a bar or a kitchen, on his PC before it's actually constructed, and then that translates to a cutting list and a materials list, which then gets built. That's one of the things. Besides that, a lot of our work is mostly to do with, it's highly coordinated activities, right? So there are so many functions which need to speak to each other. So for this, we're working on a couple of tools which basically bring the entire ecosystem of the construction activity onto one platform. So right from the client to the designer to the contractor, from day one, like all the technical and all the commercial aspects of the project, if you can bring it on one platform. So we're trying to create something like this, where all of these functions speak to each other. So whether it's a subcontractor that needs to be finalized, or whether it's the program. So it's having total transparency across all the functions, across all stakeholders in the project.
Obviously, every client is unique and different in their own perspectives, right? So there's no generalization over there. But when clients come in, the clients are expecting the world, right? And that's where our service level kicks in, because we want to be the best in terms of service. But what we've also noticed is that when it goes towards the operation side of things, that same level of clarity in terms of numbers versus expectations is not met. So I think that's a big challenge that we have. I also believe that, assuming the fact that we're a design and build studio, sometimes timelines become unrealistic. And that's where the pressure kicks in, because for them it's just one entity, but we're technically two entities and we work independent completely of each other. So I think these two are the key challenges. One is, I think, the numbers and the budgets, and the second is in terms of timelines.
It's about pushing the boundaries, right, all the time. And so you basically do great design, then you build that, and then you push the boundaries again. So you basically keep raising the bar with every project. So like for example, for one of our recent jobs, we've actually used 3D printing to create certain furniture pieces which can't actually be created otherwise. So it's bringing in all of these elements, and which then gives the designer that space.
I mean, I think the design industry has evolved quite a bit over the last few years. You can just take us for an example, right? Starting out as a 2-people team to a 30+ design studio in the time frame that we have done this is, I think, incredible. What also makes it quite nice is that there is space for everybody in this industry, right? And as a whole, it is quite inclusive, to be honest. So from that perspective, even though there's a lot of competition, I think there's very specific need-based designers who kick right in, and the clients are looking for those.
In the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to be launching it. It's in Alcuz. It's about 200,000 square feet in size. We'll basically be housing all our functions there. So from our joinery line to our marble to our furniture, it's all going to be there. So it gives any client A, that confidence, and that B, that when you walk through, you can actually see your product being created and developed through the stages. The whole thing is going to be designed in a way which is so that it just gives that effect of seamless flow, like right from the raw product coming in to it being processed for the first time, to it being assembled, joined, to it being polished, finished, and then displayed for and then packed for final dispatch. And besides that, we'll try and have our headquarters there. So we'll set up our entire operation is going to be moving there.